Hey girl, hey, welcome back to the Your Pretty Pennies YouTube channel. I'm Tara Jones-Williamson, and today we're going to be talking about how to stop the overwhelm when it comes to managing money. And I got 3 tips for you, so make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribed or already subscribed. If you are a returning subscriber, hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. Now let's jump right into this. So I am a financial success coach, and I have helped hundreds of women so far in my career. And one thing that I am passionate about doing is reducing the overwhelm and making finances relevant and fresh and exciting to where you get excited about managing money in a better way. And so one thing I like to do is reduce that overwhelm by giving you practical tips on how to manage money better. So let's jump right into it with number one. Number one, y'all gonna be like, girl, you beating a dead horse, but you gotta create that budget. When you create a budget, more specifically a zero-based budget, you are using your income minus your expenses, and then that amount left over determines your disposable income. Now, disposable income is the amount of money you have left over each and every month after your bills are paid, after the minimum payments on them credit cards is paid, after your auto loan is paid, after, all paid the car insurance, paid the child care, bought some groceries, all that good stuff, right? The money you have left over. And so if you want to reduce overwhelm, your goal is to create a budget so you can understand where you are after all of your priorities are done being taken care of. And so at the beginning of each month, but if you are watching this at the middle of the month or the end of the month, sis, there's no time like the present. Definitely create a budget today. But ideally, at the beginning of each month, you sit down and you create a budget so you can start allocating your money in the way you want it to go versus managing money in real time when you have stress going on, when you have your emotions going on. Don't let it be your time of the month. Don't let you be hungry. Don't let you be tired. Trying to manage money from that place, girl, it gets you nowhere fast, right? And so if you start with a clean slate, a clean mind, sound mind, sitting in the driver's seat, managing money from that place at the beginning of each month, you will feel so much less overwhelmed and stressed when it comes to managing money. All right. The next thing is to automate your finances, and by specifically automating your savings. Another thing that I see a lot when it comes to coaching women is that they are putting money into savings one month and then needing to take it out the next month and then save a little bit more and take it out. And it's this yo-yo of constantly dipping back into the money that you saved. And so by the end of the year, you don't have much saved over the course of that year, right? And so when you automate your savings, but first, creating your budget, seeing how much disposable income you can put into savings every month realistically, right? We're not just going to say, I'm going to save $200 a month, or I'm going to save $500 a month. I'm going to save $1,000 a month without making sure that that's realistic for your budget in this current season, right? So you need to do step 1, create that budget. Step 2, see how much you have in your budget each and every month consistently that you could say, hey, I can set this amount to come out of my account using my online banking app each and every 2 weeks, or every time I get paid, or at once a month. And I know it won't overdraft my account. I know it won't set me up to where I'm yo-yoing back and forth money between my checking and savings account. All right. And so whether that's $100, for sure, whether that's $500, whether that's $1,000, set that up automatically. You can go right into your online banking app. It's 2023. Everybody got one, right? Online banking app, and you can do a transfer from your checking account every time you get paid, or once a month, the same day a month, whatever you want, however you want to do it, and then transfer that to your bank. All right. Transfer that to your savings account. I'm sorry. And then do that each and every month, and don't touch it. Right. Because remember, you created a budget, and you're going to continue to create a budget each and every month that shows you how much money you have to play with for that month and what bills you have. And so you shouldn't need the money that you're putting in savings automatically. You shouldn't need to dip into that. You should be able to leave it there, don't touch it, and be able to build your savings account. This also works for investments. If you are past having like a nest egg for your savings account, have an investment account that you're automatically putting money into from your checking account. Again, every 2 weeks when you get paid, or once a month on the 15th, or at the end of the month, whatever that looks like for you. But you can automate those savings as well and those investments to where you're constantly building that mutual fund. You're constantly building that ETF. You're constantly constantly building that 529 plan for your child, or that custodial brokerage account, or your for me, I use a SEP IRA. That is like the 401k for those who work for themselves, right? So if you work for a company, they set up a retirement plan for you. That's like a 401k. Or if you work for a nonprofit, that's a 403b. But for me, who's a full-time entrepreneur, I have a SEP IRA, which means a simplified employment pension IRA, right? And I am able to save money each and every month for retirement, even though I'm a full-time entrepreneur. And so I have a certain amount of money coming out of my business checking each and every month going to that account, and I leave it there. Every 3 months, I get a statement that tells me where I'm at. I don't even need it monthly because I don't even want to look at it. I don't care what the market is doing. It's staying in there, period. I've automated the savings. I don't look at it. I don't need it. I'm managing my household without it. It is what it is. It's going to stay there. Now, the third thing is to set one financial goal at a time. Sis, look at me. Come real close. Stop trying to do everything at once. This is a marathon, not a sprint, right? It's a marathon. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle, RIP, right? It is a marathon, not a sprint. You got to realize that it is going to be tough to pay off debt, save, start investing, build a business, save for retirement, save for a down payment on the first home, rebuild your credit, start your kids' college fund. Sis, if you don't pick one and achieve that and then go to the next one, talk about overwhelming. We've been putting too much on our plate. We're putting way too much on our plate. So the third tip is to have one financial goal at a time. If you want to build up your starter savings account, build that up to $2,000. Then move on to paying off a couple of credit cards. Do not try to save and pay off debt at the same time. One or the other, sis. How I was able to pay off over $60,000 in less than 2 years is I started first putting some money in savings. So no matter what comes up in my future, whether good or bad, I have money set aside to address it. Then I went on to start paying off debt. And then I paid off my small debts and I saved a little bit more. I got my savings account to $8,000 at the time, I believe. Yeah, $8,000. And then I started paying off my bigger debts like my auto loan and some student loans, right? And then I went on to save even more. So I focus on one financial goal at a time. Those who work one-on-one with me in my coaching program, if you are interested, link is in the description box below. But those who work with me, we do one financial goal at a time and we crush it. We identify the disposable income that she has or you have, and then crush your financial goal one by one. Right? So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe if you have not already, and share this with one other woman that you think will find this helpful. Thank you so much. Talk to you in my next video. Bye-bye.